Still getting that P0300 misfire code on your Z06 after changing plugs and coils? Your scanner is reading the code right, but it's not telling you the whole story. That random misfire isn't a real ignition problem. The hesitation you feel after a hard pull is your car's computer stepping in to save the engine from itself. The LT4's supercharged intercooler system is a good design, but it's known for trapping small air pockets from the factory. It's a tricky system to bleed completely. When you go hard on the throttle, that 1.7-liter Eaton blower makes a lot of heat. Very quickly. That's its job. But if one of those trapped air bubbles gets sucked into the intercooler pump, the pump impeller suddenly has nothing to push against. It just spins freely in the air pocket. This is called cavitation. To protect itself from damage, the pump's control module shuts it down for about 3 minutes. With the pump off, coolant stops flowing through the charge air cooler. Your manifold air temperature, what your scanner calls IAT2, spikes. It will quickly climb past the safe limit of 140 degrees Fahrenheit. The engine's computer sees this dangerously hot air and knows it can cause detonation, which is lethal for an engine. To prevent this, the ECU is forced to pull back a lot of ignition timing, sometimes as much as 10 to 15 degrees, all at once. That sudden, drastic loss of timing is the stumble or hesitation you feel. It's not a misfire, it's the ECU hitting the emergency brakes. The computer registers that severe timing change and the resulting engine stumble as a P0300 random misfire. Because the symptoms are so similar, chasing it with new ignition parts is just a waste of your time and money. The real fix is to attack the heat. First, prove it to yourself. Hook up a scanner that can read live data. Find the IAT2 sensor reading and go for a drive. Do a hard pull and watch that number. You will see it climb right past that 140-degree mark just before the engine stumbles. That's your proof. Next, you need to get all the air out of that charge air cooling circuit. The only reliable way is with a vacuum-filled tool. You connect it to the system's reservoir and pull a constant vacuum of at least 25 inches of mercury. This helps pull the trapped air out of the coolant. Here's the critical part. While holding that vacuum, you have to cycle the intercooler pump on and off repeatedly. You can do this using your scan tool's control functions. This forces coolant through the system and pushes any trapped bubbles toward the reservoir where the vacuum can pull them out. This isn't a quick job. You need to repeat this vacuum and cycle process for at least 4 to 6 complete cycles. After that, drive the car normally for a day or two. The heat cycles and vibration will help work out any stubborn, tiny bubbles. Then, you need to perform the entire 4 to 6 cycle purge a second time. That 2-step process is what it takes to get the system truly air-free. If you track the car or live in a hot climate, you might want a more permanent solution. Consider a hardware upgrade, like a larger heat exchanger from a company like DeWitts. These units often have a core that's twice as thick as the stock one. This isn't just about holding more coolant. The real benefit is the huge increase in surface area. More surface area means it can shed heat into the air much faster, keeping your IAT2s in check even during repeated hard pulls. If you ignore the air in the system, you're not just leaving 25 to 50 horsepower on the table when the motor gets hot. You're also repeatedly forcing the engine into a protection mode and spending money on parts that were never the problem. Fix the cooling and the misfire fixes itself. So before you buy another coil pack, watch your IAT2 temps on the next drive.